Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Running Seminar 2022 by MWR Columbus, Ohio. My name is Rio, and I'm a fitness trainer specialist. Today, we are discussing running. What is important when you are running? Why is important in how to improve your performance as well? One of the things that you need to consider when you start running is your technique, your form, how to run with a proper form, and how is to run with a proper form. Then you try to achieve distance, and third will be speed. Today we are discussing the basic of running, like for example drills that will help you out to achieve more efficiency and running with less effort. We are discussing about the importance of warm up and cool down, and we are talking about exercises such as stretching and core that will help you out to prevent injuries and run with a better efficiency.
So let's recap why it's important to run with the proper form. Because improving our running form could help us to run faster, more efficiently, and comfortably. Proper running form reduces your risk of fatigue too soon and ensures that you are getting the most out of your run. Having proper form when running is essential for a better performance. Also could reduce strain to our joints and spine from the striking forces and decreasing stress on our body. It is essential for a beginning runner to learn proper form. Learning it early will avoid picking up bad running habits that can cause injuries, preventing time waste and a lot of frustrations, that is for sure, avoiding becoming an inefficient runner.
There are three important rules that you need to pay attention if you want to become a better runner: cadence, foot strike, and posture. All three of them as a whole, okay, and they are very important for you to learn how to properly run and improve in performance. Cadence is the number of steps per minute that you are trying to aim every time you go out and run. Now, there is not a perfect number, but those who know about running are talking about 150 to 180 strides per minute. This means that you are making short strides, okay? Longer strides means that you have a low cadence and your running is choppy and bouncy. Now, high strides, a high number of strides mean a high cadence, and that make you run better and faster. Foot strike is refers to how your foot land on the ground every time you take a step. Foot strike is important because every time you run, every time you land your heel, there are forces of gravity or braking forces acting upon your body. So, in order to reduce this braking force, you are trying to land with your heel as close as under your knee, under your hip, you can go. This will help you out to improve your cadence as well and avoid overstrating and prevent injuries. Posture means that your whole body act like a machine that knows what it is doing. Like, for example, keep your shoulders relaxed away from your ears, keep your head in line with your spine, relaxing your torso, or avoid twisting too much your hips, and keeping your hands moving with a lateral swing closer to your hips, almost at 90 degrees, your elbows at 90 degrees, okay, and your knee and your toes are in one line.
Cadence is the number of steps per minute that we take as we run. It's vital to our ability to run fast, efficiently, and pain free. There is not a perfect single number because we all have different mechanics and physiology. We should aim as beginners runners between 90 to maybe 120 steps per minute, but advanced runners aim to between 150 to 180 steps per minute. So if we improve our cadence, that will help us to run faster and perform better. Shortening our stride length will increase the cadence. Better cadence helps to change the position of where our foot lands, that means beneath us, and closer to the center of gravity. Therefore, the strike to number will increase, which will propel us forward, wasting less energy. Okay, everybody, let's talk about the importance of foot strike. Your foot strike can have a big impact on your comfort and performance while running. The term foot strike refers to how you land on your foot each time you take a step. It is important to pay attention how you feel land on the ground as you run. Why? Because to run with proper form, you should focus on landing your feet as close to under your hips as possible. This will help to reduce the braking forces that your body experiences with each stride. Keep your running cadence high to achieve this and aim to run with a mid-foot strike. But where your foot lands on the ground, that is relative to your center of mass, is so much more critical to your running efficiency than actually the type of foot strike that you choose to run with. While jogging, you have to maintain a good posture. You need to engage your core and gaze forward. One thing that you need to avoid is tilting your head down, looking down to the ground, and slumping your shoulders. Widen your chest and keep it lifted as you draw your shoulders down and back. Keep your hands loose and use a relaxed arm swing, a lateral swing. So always pay attention to your posture. Always check your posture even more when you already are fatigued and tired. You want to prevent injuries and you want to run efficiently. So form is vital. Let's review what is a good running technique and how to prevent injuries. Always think about wearing the proper gear. Always warm up and cool down. Land with control and avoiding hard heel striking. Take shorter strides. If you are a beginner, always alternate between walking and running until you feel confident enough to long distance running. Avoid slumping your shoulders. Don't twist your torso as you run and try to keep your hip steady and stable. Keep arms, hands, neck, and shoulders relaxed. Look ahead because tension and stress on your neck and shoulder can be a big issue when you are trying to run long distance. Keep your hands at waist level, right about where they might lightly brush your hip. Can be between 90 degrees to 110 degrees. Avoid overstriding. Here in this slide, you can see a picture about the anatomy of a stride. You can see heel strike, mid-foot strike, and forefoot strike. So, according to many research, there is not a conclusive um, opinion about what is the best. If you are used to something and that is working for you and it's not causing any pain or any joint trouble, you can keep running as the usual. But if you feel that you need to improve your strike, the forefoot strike to the post position is the most efficient transfer of the body forward. Why? Because facilitates acceleration via rotation, proper alignment and balance, because your head, your shoulders, hip, and feet are aligned. So keep this in mind and keep researching about what is good for you. Another thing that will help you to improve your performance, prevent injuries, and run efficiently is to know what is your Z angle. You can do this going to professionals or you can do it by yourself. The Z angle is formed by your hip joint and ankle joint when you are viewed from the side, when your extended leg is just about to leave the ground. The C angle should be equal. Your hip extension angle should be equal to your ankle dorsiflexion angle and vice versa. So keep this in mind. Record yourself from the front, from the back, from the side, and take a look to your technique and see what needs to be improved. So here it is a picture of the gait analysis. Why the gait analysis is important? When we study the way a person walks and runs, we can identify individuals' unique movements. We can determine normal gait patterns. If we are having any type of issues with our gait, we can diagnose issues that are causing pain on our joints and in our body generally. And also we can implement and evaluate treatments to correct those abnormalities. A gait analysis measures how your entire body moves and functions. This can affect your mobility, your flexibility, your stability, and functional strength. If you continue using your body in that way while you are running with an improper gait, you're likely to put more strain on multiple parts of your body. So you can go to a professional to get that gait analysis so you can improve your performance and prevent injuries. So after all this information that we share with you, you could be asking yourself, how should I examine my own running technique? Option 1 could be go to a trained professional who has the right technology to look at all aspects of your running gait and then analyze it for you with a trained clinical perspective. Or option 2 could be filming yourself running on a flat surface in a slow motion in a fatigue state. Film yourself from the front, side, and back angles to capture all the relevant aspects of the running technique. Set up the camera down in line with the ankles and knee, angle down at the legs. Run gait analysis on a treadmill doesn't work because the step length, cadence, and stance phase is often higher and vertical movement is reduced. Running techniques are acceptable within a range of technique variations. This will depend on your body proportions, your injury history, and other aspects because everybody is different. So you choose a running form that is comfortable and safe depending on your needs. When somebody has been running in a particular way without any problems, then a change in technique will cause short-term inefficiency and can potentially shift forces onto unexpected joints, tendons, muscles, increasing the risk of overuse injuries such as tendinopathy or friction syndromes and other issues. Okay, now let's move on to common mistakes. Right here, we can see that there are issues with posture out of balance, overstriding, heel strike, knee and joint pain. Here in this video, we can observe the fireman Richard Aldrich giving us examples of what is to run with a bad form. He is looking down at the floor, very tense on neck and shoulders.
Hands are very tense as well. He's overstriding. Long stride means low cadence, and he is hitting the ground very hard with his heels instead of the midpoint of his foot. Here in this video, we can observe overstriding example. Overstriding occurs when somebody runs with big steps and strike the ground too far in front of their body, usually with heel strike and backwards angle shin. This is often due to poor habit and leads to braking forces with each step, causing excess energy expenditure and slowing you down. High impact forces into the heel, shins, and knees can increase the risk of certain injuries such as calcaneal bursitis, shin splints, runner's knee, etc. Overstriding is seen when the foot lands too far in front of the body or the pose running. Overstriding is best visualized from the side view, as you can see the angle of the shin and how far the foot is in front of your body, midline open foot strike. Luckily, overstriding is a fall that can be improved with some simple cues, such as landing more with the midfoot or forefoot, taking smaller steps, pulling with your legs rather than pushing, and other drills. In this video, we can see another common mistake. This is called crossover stepping. Crossover stepping is when somebody runs with their feet crossing each other across the body midline as the foot strike. This can be due to poor habit, but also can be due to poor strength in the hip muscles. Running with the legs crossing over each other creates a subtle X shape, increasing the risk of tripping, and excessively loads the shins and knees. The best way to combat crossover stepping is through strength training of the hip muscles, particularly all the three glutes. Specific gait training techniques are very beneficial for retraining your gait and your stride technique. For example, you can run on either side of the white line on the ground, or run with a straight wide feet is also effective. In this video, we can observe common mistakes by the torso and arm done when we are running. Poor hip extension is a problem created by roll, hunch shoulders. When our upper body isn't working right, it is hard to get a good hip extension because we can get our spine in neutral position, and because of that, our balance is forward. We need to bring our leg forward to support ourselves. A collapsed chest reduces our breathing capacity and restricts the connection between the latissimus dorsi and the muscles on the back of our shoulder and the opposite glute, which keeps the glute from firing properly. Hands left in front are another common mistake, and these don't cue a backward driving leg action. But they also tend to swing left and right, rotating the torso to maintain balance and diverting energy sideways that could be propelling you forward. Swinging arms side to side is another mistake. This make more likely to slouch and not breathe as efficiently, and fatigue can set earlier because we get more tired and by holding our arms that way. Tightness and tension in shoulders and neck can start affecting our running form. It's important to know that most running injuries result from three aspects of your form: heel striking, overstriding, and cadence. After discussing the benefits of running with the proper technique and the negatives of the bad form when you are running, we are focusing now on how to improve the form and mechanics when you are running. We know that runners who
incorporate drills into their training are better able to recruit muscles needed for the task. These dynamics exercises help to integrate proper movement patterns into your muscle memory for an automatic and efficient running movement. In this picture, we have 8 types of running drills that you can do: skip A, skip B, ankling, straight leg rounds, karaoke drill, high knee march, high knees, butt kicks. There are many drills, but these are the basics for you to start improving your running technique.
Hi, I'm Brandy Guffey. Today we're just talking a little bit about foundational movements for running and making sure that we have the fundamentals before we move into the actual running. So one thing you want to work on, especially with your distance running, is making sure that the form is correct. One of the things that we work on with form is what we call the high knee drive to claw. And what that means is you're clawing the ground. You're making sure that the ball of your foot is touching the ground with a lot of force and bringing that knee above hip height. So now that we have done the movement on the wall and you've got the high knee drive to clawing the ground down, we're going to move that onto the track to start to implement it into our run. So what we're going to start with is that high knee into claw. We're going to back up here so that we can get it. So you're going to go ahead. Things that you can do to improve your form is obviously build that core, because like everything in athletics, it is a full body exercise and core is just as important as what your legs are doing. So we're going to take the same concept of that running style, the high knee to claw, into an ab exercise. This next skip is going to improve your force production. More force production means that you get faster. This is all about punching that foot into the ground, making sure that your toes are always curled up towards the sky when you're running so that the ball of the foot is the part that touches the ground. What this is going to look like, it's not your playground skip. This is an athletic skip. It's going to take a lot of force into the ground. So I'm going to listen for that pounding action. To improve running, you can even take it into a high skip to work on that explosiveness. Again, getting that knee above the hip. You're going to go for height. So one of the other things you want to talk about with running is the sprint form versus distance form. When you're distance running, you're at about 80% angle. When you are sprinting, you're at a 45. If you're ever wanting to get into sprinting, here are a couple of tips to get you started. One of them is the knee drive towards the wall. What this looks like, you want to start at the wall with your hands at about belly button height. Moving forward, putting the hands on the wall, you want to step back. Take the hands off the wall, come down into a lunge position. As you drive up, your hands are going to catch you on the wall, right? So here, you want to notice that the knee is above hip height, the toes are curled up towards the sky. You can hear the force when I hit, raising that knee above hip height. Once you have established your distance and what it's going to feel like with your shin at 45 degrees, you want to now work on knee drives from the wall.
Thank you, Brandy, for showing us those amazing drills. And now we are continuing with those drills that will help you out to improve your running technique and have a better form. The A skip is fundamental for improving your running technique. A skip, recruit the primary movers, glutes and hamstring. The A skip start with the high knee. As you bring your leg down, finish with a slight pulling motion as you pull backwards. You can start doing it walking, getting all the movements and angles right, and then you move to the A skip with impact with several variations. Now remember, foot parallel to the ground, sheer perpendicular to the ground, opposite arm moving at the same time the opposite leg, tall body position and shoulders relaxed, bounce each high knee and find the according pace and focus on your body alignment. Another important running drill is the B skip. The B skip is different from A skip because you extend your leg forward. This dynamically stretches the hamstring. This drill emphasizes the backward pawing motion as your foot lands on the ground and pulls through. You have to get into the rhythm by listening to the pattern of sound of your feet make as the contact and scuff the ground, pawing backward. The B-skip drill will help you to reduce overstriding, improve your running efficiency, and helps prevent injury. Focus on the leg grab going below you, not on the kicking your leg forward. The leg will stretch automatically as you do the movement. Mind your posture, keep your body straight, do not bend forward or backward. Avoid rotating your body. Focus your motions on the direction you are moving in. Find your own rhythm while coordinating your arms and leg. Do not forget to move your arms. Swing the arms opposite to the right leg. Another very known drill that can use also as a warm-up is the butt kicks drill. Instead of keeping your foot beneath your knee, bring your foot under your leg so your heel touches your buttocks. Then move forward as you continue this motion. You can start slowly and then pick up the pace. It should feel like you're running with high knees that touch your buttocks. We finished talking about running drills with this very known high knee running drill. As shown in the video, this works the loading phase of the run. Focus on driving the foot down and letting it spring back off the ground rather than lifting the knee. Use the same arm motion during the drill as you are using when you are running. This is an example for you if you want to warming up for 5 minutes before you start running. You're going to start with high knees, heel kicks, or high knees to heel kicks. You can do squats, easy squats, and then add a squat with hip rotation. You can do some pendulum lunges and then add balance and side bends, or do backward stepper lunges, side lunges, lateral walks. You can do plank variations with knee drives. You can start doing planks on your knee and then move to your toes. You can do glute bridges with knee drives or any type of hip thrusters that you feel that will be good to warm up your body for what is coming. Okay, everybody, now let's discuss the importance of the cool down. Cooling down after your workout allows you to gradually recover to that pre-exercise stage. The heart rate and the blood pressure are going down to the normal level. Also, it helps to regulate the blood flow. The cool down relaxes your muscle and lowers your heart rate and breathing from that workout intensity that you just did. It helps your body to eliminate lactic acid and helps to eliminate other waste products faster, and it helps to repair micro injuries. Okay, so here we have cool down examples. Could be static stretches, dynamic balance exercises, or if you want to be more specific, you could go for 3 to 5 minutes of a brisk, then gentle walking or slow running. Or you can do 5 to 10 minutes performing easy, low impact drills for form and mobility. Or another example could be 5 to 10 minutes performing total body flexibility, stretching every muscle that you use when you are running. So let's discuss now about core and glutes. Why it's important that you add to your exercise routine strengthening exercises for core and glutes. Runners need a strong core to help with balance, stability, and posture. It helps improving form and overall control. A strong core helps your hips, pelvis, back, and abdominals work together. Plus, strong hips and glutes are vital for good running form. Weak or imbalanced hip muscles can cause an uneven stride, one that moves from side to side, causing even more imbalance and potential injury or inflammation. So here we have a list of exercises that you can add to your strengthening routine. But remember that if you have any doubt, if you don't know where to start or what is the proper form or sets or repetitions according to your goal, you can always reach a certified fitness trainer or a personal trainer. So you know what you're doing, why you are doing it, and what for. Tips for how to breathe better while running. Your breath is the utmost importance, especially when you're running, which can cause you to feel short of breath. To maximize your performance, it's vital that you tune in with your breath and make the appropriate improvements. This allows you to boost ease and efficiency so you can reach your full potential. Initially, new approaches may feel uncomfortable or unnatural. Over time, you'll get used to the adjustment and be able to optimize your breath to make your run more enjoyable. Effective breathing techniques can be overwhelming at the beginning, so don't try to apply all what you know at the same time and go slowly, okay? Start slowly. Why does it feel difficult? We know that strenuous activities such as running cause your muscles and respiratory system to work harder than normal. You require more oxygen and must remove carbon dioxide buildup, which can make breathing more difficult. The quality of your breath can be an indicator of your fitness level or how well your body is responding to the pace and intensity of your run. If you're working too hard or pushing yourself past your capacity, you may experience a shortness of breath, wheezing, or tightness in your chest. What is better, nose or mouth? If you're going out for a casual run at a slower pace, you may use nasal breathing, breathing through your nose. You can also choose to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. However, if you find yourself struggling to catch your breath or carry on a conversation, you may find it easier to breathe solely through your mouth. During high-intensity runs or sprints, it is recommended that you breathe through your mouth since it's more efficient. So in this slide, we can see there are 3 different techniques of breathing for you. We will start talking about the deep belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing, as it's good for efficient and maximal oxygen uptake. Second, we can discuss about the rhythm. This 5-step and 3-step patterns rhythm breathing, or creating, or what we can say, creating a rhythm between breathing and the way in which you run, and according to your gait or your step. And the last in this slide is shallow chest breathing, used by beginners or inexperienced runners. So, in general, the goal should be to take oxygen and expel carbon dioxide as efficiently as possible. Naturally, you can take in as much air through your nose or as you through your mouth, but you will find the pattern that is good for you with the experience, with keep on running, and then you will decide what is best for you. Finding the right shoe can be a daunting task. There's too many options, there are too many brands out there, you don't know where to start, and I believe that we need to consider three main factors when you want to buy a running shoe. That is your gait type, your body type, and depending on your goals. The first thing that we need to take a look is at the shoes that you already have. Take a look at the bottom of your running shoe or any shoe that you have. The wear on your shoe will likely reveal your foot type. If your shoe shows even wear, you have a neutral arch and you are a normal pronator. If the inner soles of your shoes are usually worn down, you are an overpronator and probably you have a low arch. So that is very important, that a very important detail that you need to know when you are go out and try to buy a shoe for you. Another thing that you need to consider is what surface are you running on. If most of your training is on pavement, then road shoes are good for you. With more cushioning than trail or lightweight race shoes, these will provide shock absorption to minimize your risk of injury. If you are running through soft, muddy trails, you're better off in a pair of trail shoes with a deep tread that offer better grip and ankle support. If you are doing a little bit of both, you should consider a hybrid running shoe. These shoes work well on both roads and mixed trail conditions with a balanced mix of grip and cushioning.
Thank you for joining us today in this running seminar. I hope you learned something new and enjoy your time with us. If you have any questions, we are leaving our email and phone number, and I'm hoping to hear from you. We are having a running clinic coming, so keep an eye out on our webpage for any update about that. Thank you and have a great day.